Panel back with us in a moment. I can't wait to hear what they've got to say about this next segment. Something that's come to my attention, a bit of a YouTube star in Australia. He has a new YouTube station called Nat's What I Reckon. His name is Nat. We don't know his surname. He's been around a while, but he's really taking off during this isolation period, the pandemic period, as so many people are getting into cooking at home. Now, he does these cooking videos. You thought you'd seen it all when it comes to television's chefs. They all start to look the same. Well, this one is different, so different, we had to beep a lot of these clips. Have a look.
Make sure you do this in the right order. Don't put the stock in and then put the booze in. If the booze doesn't cook off, just don't. So once the booze is cooked off a bit, add the tomato paste. Stir that through. I'm using about 300 grams of tomato paste. Next is the bit that I know will with your head, but just trust me. Put a cup of milk in and then add your stock. Add maybe 2 cups of stock, good pinch of salt. There's no pepper in that, so good crack of pretend pepper. Bang in a couple of bay leaves, give it a stir, turn the heat down, bang the lid on it and cook it as long as you like.
I tell you what, he's pretty authentic, he's pretty different. Nat is his name. I caught up with him earlier today. Nat, thanks for joining us. Now, how do we describe you? Are you like a television chef? Are you a stand-up comedian, a YouTube star? What are you?
Well, I'm a man about town on the internet.
Well, being a man about town on the internet, how do you make it pay? You're getting millions of YouTube views. Does that parlay into dollars?
Somewhat, yeah. We've got a bit of a merchandise thing running and a national tour, so that stuff thankfully has a couple of bucks that come our way, which is nice.
Now, you can't do the national tour now because of the pandemic. Hopefully you do it later in the year. But is that a stand-up comedian routine? What does your performance involve?
Yeah. There's a lot of stand-up in there. There's I run through a bunch of ridiculous stuff that I found on the internet, and I've made a bunch of media for it. I perform some music. I do a bunch of crazy stuff.
So you're a heavy metal drummer, I read.
I am. I'm a drummer in a punk band and a guitarist in a metal band.
Yeah, you're doing it all. Well, tell us about the cooking then. The cooking is what brought you to my attention. A lot of people stuck home in isolation during this pandemic are getting right into cooking, and there's a million TV chefs around. You're pretty different because you do what I do when I'm in the kitchen. That is just swear a lot. Yeah,
I do. Yeah, it gets me in the right headspace to cook. Gets me in the right headspace to do a lot of things. Not on the news, though.
Now, how serious are you about the cooking and about sharing your little tips inside the kitchen?
I'm as serious as it is as you'd like to take it, I suppose. It's not, it's all meant to be a bit of fun and make it a bit accessible for people. I'm not, don't try to take myself too seriously. It kind of gets a bit boring when that happens. So, yeah, it's just about... my usual opinionated shtick. I just kind of sharing what I know and what we can all do together at home while we're isolated, so, yeah.
And tell us about the reaction. I've mentioned you get millions of views, but where are they from? Mainly Australia or around the world? You had much interesting feedback?
Yeah, I've had some awesome feedback. People are unreal, actually. We've had a huge response in the United States, across Europe and the UK, and yeah, it's been unreal. Real broad audience.
Do you reckon you could take it to one of the commercial channels, My Kitchen Rules or MasterChef, or would you have to change your stick too much?
I don't know. It's a world of opportunity. It would be that they'd have to hire an extra person on the swearing beeper, I think, if I ended up on network TV.
Well, good luck to you, Nat. Thanks for joining us, and I'm going to have to make some bolognese now and try some milk in it.
Awesome. Go for it.